They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now a second down throw for Cousins. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
3rd and 11. And some extra depth in the secondary here. They're in the dime. And able to find Garcon. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
Well, the advantage has certainly shifted to the defense as we began that 3rd down play, and they found a way to foil it and pick up a first down.
3rd time's a charm, right? 2 incompletions. Had to have it on 3rd, and they got it.
Yeah, they stuck with it, weren't daunted at all, and picked it up.
Going up top, and it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. And the 8th play on this drive coming up.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Partners, a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
Now Cousins gives to Jones on the delay. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And the seemingly endless drive continues. They'll go again to Jones. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Watching that, Barney.
Now Thompson. Oh, nice move. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down.
Check 4. Watching that, Barney. All right, here we go.
Now Cousins on 4th down. He finds his target. It's Crowder. 5 yards on the pickup, and the decision to go for it pays off. They've got a 1st and goal. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field.
Here we go now. 3-19. Watching that, Barney. Detroit. No. Check. Patriot. Watching that, Barney. Set.
Here's Cousins. This will be caught just inside the 10. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run.
Hurry up, here we go.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Niles Paul taking it in. And the Redskins have once again taken the lead. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. Touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. short kick here, fielded about the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
And by the way, we should probably give a congratulations to the Minnesota Vikings just opening a new stadium, US Bank Stadium, and they christened it with a 3-point victory.
And it was so great to look up and see all the old Vikings at the game and the fans enjoying it. That was fantastic. But how about Sam Bradford? The big move, the big trade, his first start, and it pays off in a huge way. He and Stephon Diggs have already made a big-time connection.
All right, here we go.
Now Simeon. And he hits his man on the out route. Demaryius Thomas. The 30. 10. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Demaryius Thomas, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Broncos have once again taken the lead. And that makes it 14-10. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Now it's Chris Thompson on the return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Give him 9 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and short. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
Gone! All right, now, look at 56.
2nd down, Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL?
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. One receiver left, 3 to the right. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Brandon, what we just saw there is something we hear from coaches throughout the league. How are you going to defend what they call the moment of truth ball, meaning a 50-50? The ball's in the air, defender's there, receiver's there. Who's going to make a play on the football? And in this case, the defensive guys actually got it done and knocked it away.
Now let's go. 3-19. No. Check. Patriots.
Final play of the half. Cousins. Flush to his right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken about the 12. And they're going to to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Again, Anderson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. And he will have a man, Demaryius Thomas. A gain of 19 and picking up the first.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4. And the D looking like they may blitz. In the backfield is Anderson. Now they'll run it on the toss. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the 2nd half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game, and with a lead.
And all the way home for a Broncos score. C.J. Anderson, 35 yards. And the Broncos will add on to their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They go play action here on 1st down. Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield.